Hi, I'm John from Jim's Mowing, and the service we provide is mulching. Mulching is good for the garden in a couple of ways. Suppresses weeds and helps with water retention, and also just beautifies the garden, cleans it up, hides a multitude of sins. So if you're not the world's best gardener and you've had a lot of weeds and they've been sprayed out and you've got dead weeds everywhere, good way to cover it all up is with mulch. Make the garden look nice and presentable again. So this mulch here, this is a fairly refined mulch. This is a 6mm pine bark. Okay, I like this because it looks reasonably natural in the garden. If something falls on it, where some of those coloured mulches, the terracotta or the ebony, anything that falls in the garden, you see every imperfection. This sort of things falling in there, it just blends in. So with mulching, what you want to do is you want to get a nice coverage of about somewhere around that 7,500 mil. This has got a little bit of mulch. This was mulched last year, this garden bed. So we're just sort of topping it up. So it's probably going to be around that 75 mil. There's a couple of ways you do it. If you've got large area, you can use the barrow and tip large in and then rake it out. This is a good way when you've got tight garden beds. You can come in and sort of use these buckets and sort of shake it in where you need it to go. So rather than having great big clumps or things going all over the garden, you can just shake it into the areas you need. And then you can just spread it to where you need it to go. You know, lift up the plant, get it in there. If I was getting new mulch, I'd be topping up once a year. Just makes the garden look bright and new. And the other thing, if you top up every year, you don't need as much mulch because you've still got mulch left from last year. Whereas if you were doing it every few years, the mulch will break down and then you're going to have to go. So, you know, this one here, doing it once a year, probably if you did this every 3 or 4 years, you'd say you would need twice as much as if you're doing it every year. So it's half as much. Lift up the plant. Garden looks nice and new and clean.